Pakistan drops a bomb. The world is stunned. Trump threatens to blow up Oman. And how the US has lost another war. Pakistan dropped a bomb. Pakistan went nuclear and the world was stunned. Sanctions were slapped on. The political government took the hit and it was removed. But the nuclear route was never abandoned. So what happened today? Why is the 28th of May celebrated and why is it called Yawm-e-Takbir? Now, the nuclear tests of 28th of May 1998 by Pakistan shocked the world. How did they do it? How dare they do it? But it was done, and the story is one of resilience under pressure and persistence. It is paying off in real time now. This nuclear capacity is the very reason Pakistan can stand up to unreasonable demands today, or even the threat of an invasion. And this capacity is what Iran, Iraq, Saudi, or Oman do not have yet. Now, let me take you through the process. 1948, the first Prime Minister of Pakistan, Liaquat Ali Khan, invites scientists, mathematicians, chemists, and physicists to move to Pakistan from India. The motive? Research in nuclear technology. 1951, Liaquat Ali Khan gets assassinated by someone in the front row at an event at Company Bagh, Rawalpindi, now named Liaquat Bagh. The assassination to this day remains a mystery. 1953, the US launches Atoms for Peace program. 500 Pakistani physicists and engineers received higher education and specialized technical training under this program abroad. 1965, Par 1, the first nuclear reactor in Pakistan, was launched under this American program. Atoms for Peace laid the basis of the creation of the IAEA, which is the International Atomic Energy Agency, and the Non-Proliferation Treaty. But in essence, it gave cover to the US nuclear weapons builder. The same US that is now scared of the spread of enriched uranium, nuclear proliferation risks, exported over 25 tons of highly enriched uranium to 30 countries under the Atoms for Peace program. So why did they do it? It's widely regarded as a Soviet Union containment policy and a psychological propaganda against the backdrop of the Cold War and the arms race. 1960, General Ayub Khan, the then president, established Pakistan's Atomic Energy Commission, but pursued civilian nuclear energy route. Ayub Khan rejected his foreign minister, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's aggressive push to pursue nuclear weapons. General Ayub was scared of sanctions and disruption of his foreign aid by the US. 1964, China nuclear tests are conducted. Pakistani intelligence is certain India would follow. 1965, Bhutto makes his iconic statement, "We will eat grass or leaves, even go hungry, but we will get one of our own." This is an interview to the Manchester Guardian, and he was referring to the threat of India building the nuclear bomb. 1967, Pakistan gathers intelligence that India is indeed developing nuclear weapons of its own. 1971, Pakistan loses a big part of its territory, East Pakistan, now called Bangladesh. India supports the secession. 1972, the now Prime Minister, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, convenes a meeting in January to discuss future risks and pursues the atomic weapons idea. Project 706, later nicknamed the Kahuta Project, was launched. Two parallel routes were pursued under two separate organizations, but both under the Pakistan Army Corps of Engineers. The Times magazine has compared Project 706 to the US Manhattan Project. May 1972, a Pakistani scientist, Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, with a doctorate in metallurgical engineering from Belgium, starts work at a laboratory in Amsterdam. Now, this laboratory served as a subcontractor of ultracentrifuge Netherlands, the Dutch partner of Urenco. And what was Urenco? It was a joint enterprise created in 1970 by Great Britain, West Germany, and the Netherlands. The purpose: to ensure adequate supply of enriched uranium for their civilian power reactors. But A.Q. Khan started visiting the enrichment plant in Netherlands, and over the next 3 years gained access to its classified centrifuge designs. 1974, India tests nuclear devices in Pokhran Desert and calls it the Smiling Buddha. The irony. But Pakistan was not smiling and understood that a nuclear weapon was urgently needed for deterrence. The initial cost, $450 million US, and who helped? Saudi and Libya. Bhutto was instrumental in getting the support of the Muslim world. But not only the Pakistani leadership, the Muslim leaders across the world, but that young Dr. A.Q. Khan, who deeply motivated to protect Pakistan from a future risk and had reached out to the Prime Minister more than once. On the 17th of September 1974, A.Q. Khan wrote a letter again to Pakistan's Prime Minister Bhutto detailing how he could make an atomic bomb with enriched uranium. You see, Pakistan was working on plutonium at the time, which relied heavily on nuclear reactors and reprocessing. A.Q. Khan is thought to have based the warhead design on an implosion device that was first detonated in China in October 1966. December 1975, Khan abruptly left his job and returned to Pakistan with the blueprints and photographs of the centrifuges. And that's not all. He brought contact information for dozens of companies that supplied the components. By July 1976, he had founded the Engineering Research Laboratories to build and operate a centrifuge plant in Kahuta using components that he had sourced from Europe. A.Q. Khan became an authority on nuclear technology. April 1978, Pakistan had produced enriched uranium. 1979, Bhutto was hanged. 1982, Pakistan had weapon-grade uranium. And by the mid-1980s, thousands of centrifuges were turning out enough uranium for making several atomic bombs per year. 1988, Pakistan had the capability to assemble a nuclear device. The Army Chief, General Mirza Aslam Beg, confirmed it. After Bhutto, General Zia had headed the Project 706. 1988 was also the year General Zia-ul-Haq died in a mysterious aircraft exploding in midair. 1998, Pakistan conducted successful nuclear tests. Pakistan successfully detonated 5 nuclear devices on May 28 in the Roscoe Hills in Chaghi, Balochistan. And General Ayub Khan was right. Pakistan did face sanctions after the nuclear tests. Foreign exchange reserves were down to $600 million only, and an outstanding foreign debt of $38 billion US. Pakistan was near default. Who came to the rescue? The Saudis. A 3-year plan was offered to accept deferred oil payments from Pakistan. And a Western diplomat says that the Saudis practically wrote off the payments after 3 years. This wasn't a great time for the Saudis. In 1998, oil prices had fallen to $10 a barrel, and the Saudis had an unprecedented budget deficit, even had to borrow money, but still stood by Pakistan. 11 months later, the government of Nawaz Sharif was removed in a bloodless coup. But the nuclear program is alive and running. After decades of commitment and sacrifices, a robust indigenous nuclear weapons program as a strategic deterrent exists. This is what has controlled India's adventurism during Operation Sindoor. And this is why Pakistan is not only protecting its own sovereignty, but extending that security umbrella to the Middle East and emerging as a player with influence. Power with restraint is more lethal than power that is unhinged and uncontrolled. And that sensibility, where does it come from? The hint is in the word takbir. This refers to the familiar phrase Allahu Akbar, which simply means Allah is the greatest. But the term is profound in its meaning, proclaiming the supreme majesty of Allah above all else. Trump threatens to blow up Oman, an American ally for over 200 years and a trusted negotiator between America and Iran. A simple question by a journalist: would you accept a short-term deal that allows Iran and Oman to control the strait? Prompted a manic response from Trump. Oman will behave just like everybody else, or we will have to blow them up. Now, was it typical Trump slurring over his words? Nope. He meant Oman. The US Department shared the video and the transcript of the quote.
No, the strait's going to be open to everybody.
And who would control it?
It's international waters. Nobody's going to control it. We're going to watch over it. We'll watch over it, but nobody's going to control it. That's part of the negotiation that we have. They would like to control it. Nobody's going to control it. It's international waters, and Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up. They understand that. They'll be fine.
Now, Oman, the kingdom that is known as the most reasonable, the most neutral state in the region, and has not even expressed a desire to control the Strait of Hormuz. The US and Oman have security agreements, partnerships, and even a free trade agreement. And Oman has been hosting mediation talks even before this Iran war started between Washington and Tehran. And it actually made significant progress on even the uranium enrichment question. So what is Trump up to? Remember yesterday I said that there is a method in the madness? Well, a few commentators think it could be the age-old American strategy of gunboat diplomacy. Now, back in 1853, the US Navy Commodore Matthew Perry's black ships laid anchor in Tokyo Bay, brandishing state-of-the-art naval ships. And this threat helped secure the Treaty of Kanagawa in 1854, forcibly opening the Japanese ports of Shimoda and Hakodate. The American ships had been threatening Maduro before his capture. We could see the American ships in the coast of Venezuela. And of course, Iran is not South America, and this is not 1854. This is 2026, and the US president doesn't have the power, the money, or the support that they once enjoyed. So this outburst perhaps comes after the deputy foreign minister of Iran, Kazem Gharibabadi, conveyed an oral message of the foreign minister of Iran, Araghchi, to His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad al-Busaidi, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Oman. And in the meeting, they talked about resuming freedom of navigation through Hormuz in a safe and sustainable manner. So perhaps that has irritated Trump. That has made him nervous, even paranoid. But losing the last ally in the region isn't exactly smart when you're the only one begging for an end to the war. And Trump clearly looks tired.
I believe is the most important government benefit for young people since the GI Bill.
He is losing sleep over a war and a mess that he created. And the US has just lost another war. The Americans have lost many wars, but each time insisted that they've won. In Pakistan, because of the US adventurism into Afghanistan, the Pakistani military leadership and the graying politicians, as well as the civilians, are all very familiar with the actual American losses, American miscalculations, and American false victory claims. And this time, it's the war on Iran. It's not the first time America has tried to conquer Iran and failed. The Iran-Iraq war of the 90s is fresh in our minds to this day. Iraq had been used in the past to crush Iran. And later on, the same Saddam Hussein who helped the US, who tried to fight the American war for the US, was hanged. Perhaps a reward for his services to the US? That's usually the case for those who do exactly as the US wants. American soldiers have returned from places like Afghanistan, Vietnam, with severe PTSD, and quite a few have returned in body bags. Many war veterans today have turned against the war machinery on their return.
The American taxpayer is flipping the bill for an active real-time genocide. Before that, weapons of mass destruction, 1 million, 2 million dead in Iraq, millions of orphans, millions of refugees, this farcical war on terror.
This new war on Iran, well, America lost it before it started, and no new attack will bring victory. America has lost. David Hurst, editor-in-chief of the Middle Eastern Eye, says Iran holds the key cards. The Strait of Hormuz, for one, and the deterrence use of drones and missiles. Meanwhile, Trump has no cards. Hurst says that Trump attacked Iran on false intelligence supplied by Mossad. The American intelligence community did advise Trump otherwise, but he chose to go with his friend Benjamin Netanyahu because Trump can't say no to Netanyahu. Trump was made to believe that Iran's leadership would collapse. But not only did that not happen, but the Islamic Republic of Iran came out stronger. More hardliners got more power. The IRGC is in full control now, and Iran is in a better position than before the war started. For one, Iranian oil is being bought and the currency has changed. The petrodollar has been replaced. Russian oil is being bought by those who were not allowed to buy it before the war. And Hormuz has a new shipping authority. And it's not only Iran that got the best outcome from a war they did not choose, but states like Pakistan, who have been waiting for this time to open the land routes to Iran, lay gas pipelines, control the infiltration of terrorists on the Pak-Iran border, reduce the Indian influence in Iran. And Pakistan has emerged as not only the balanced diplomat, but the dependable net security provider, signing defense agreements to form a Muslim-style NATO. And it's not only Muslim countries lining up for defense deals with Pakistan. China quietly backing not only Pakistan's military strength, but now Pakistan's stance on Kashmir issue openly. Pakistan has celebrated 75 years of a bond with China in a far more assertive fashion this time. China and Iran relationship has been made easier to accept because of this war. And now reports are coming out of Russia protecting Iran with their invisible shield. And this new demand by Trump to accept Israel, followed by fresh attacks on Iran, well, the balance of power has changed. A bolder no from states like Pakistan and Saudi. And something even bigger. In a surprise move, the UAE, the Emiratis are changing course. How? Abdul Khalik Abdullah, a professor from the UAE, tweeted, the UAE has begun cautious and calculated steps to de-escalate tensions with Iran. The Emirates reaching out to Iran in this way is a clear sign that America is losing what little support there was left in the Middle East. So it's goodbye to the US air bases and goodbye to the data centers in the GCC, and goodbye to America's hold over the world. It's hello to the multipolar world.